For today's movie review, I'll be reviewing the movie The Jerk, a film directed by Carl Reber, who you might know from the Ocean's 11 remake, who played Sal Bloom, and this was the very first film to star Steve Martin. The main plot of The Jerk is about this idiot named Nathan, and on his 18th birthday, he decides to leave his adopted black family and decides to explore the world around him, and that's honestly about it without giving too much away. In terms of what I liked about the movie has some great pacing. The movie has a lot of great visual humor. Now, what do I mean by this? Basically, instead of, featuring, like, people telling jokes or doing some slapstick, granted there's some slapstick here, but they just say something, all of a sudden you might see it later, visually, in its physical, representation. And you're just like, I can't believe that's an actual thing in this movie. I don't know. Imagine a water dispenser, but instead of dispensing water, it dispenses wine. As far as the actual story goes, basically it is just a road trip movie, but the people he meets along the places that he goes to play an important part in the main character's overall story, because there might be a place in our character he might meet at one point in the movie, and they might play a significant role later, which will further the main character's arc. And for our first movie, Steve Martin does a pretty good job here, because his character is essentially, if I had to describe it, an autistic 8-year-old trapped in the body of a 20-year-old man. That's the best way of describing it. Also, the movie has a lot of great dialogue. There's some quotes, which I'm trying to figure out, are these ad-libbed, or are these actually in the script? But regardless, they're really funny as all hell. In terms of what I disliked about the movie, I couldn't find that many problems with the film, but if I had to find some problems with the film, it would be just two minor nitpicks. One of them being the movie title, and the other part being when the main character joins the circus. I'm gonna talk about the movie title first. Really? The Jerk? That's the best they could come up with for the movie, because the main character, for the most part, is a nice guy. And granted, yeah, at the end of the movie, he becomes a jerk, but I feel like something like, The Adventures of Nathan the Idiot, or The Life and Times of a Poor Black Child would have been a much better movie title. And as far as the circus scene goes, I didn't realize that the actual scene itself, or when he joins the circus in general, does play a pivot role in his life. It's just, I feel the movie at this point just slows down just a tad bit. We start to hear a bit more cringy dialogue, and there's a character introduced that really added nothing to the plot, or at least, granted, yeah, she, how can I describe it? Unlike most of the movie characters where they get introduced and they come back later, she's only introduced mainly for the circus scenes, and that's it. You don't see her again, it's just, she only appears around these parts of the movie, and that's it. Besides that, those were the other problems I had with the movie. For my final verdict of The Jerk, I think as far as comedies goes, this one's really underrated. And I think it's better than most comedies coming out in this day and age, because most comedies coming out in this day and age are just really stupid or suck. And this one, why don't people talk about it more often? I think it's just a really good comedy, and for a first-time movie, Steve Martin does a really good job. So, in short, if you're a Steve Martin fan, go watch it. If you're a fan of comedy, go watch it. Before I give my final rating, what did everyone else have to say about The Jerk? Looks like The Jerk got generally good ratings. So for my final rating of The Jerk, I give it a 4 out of 5. So, what's your favorite Steve Martin film and or favorite comedy? And see you later.